Even since the inception of Destiny 2, comparisons have been made in regards to the PvP system, aka which PvP was more enjoyable, Destiny 1 or Destiny 2. The fact of the matter is that you shouldn't dwell on the semantics. It doesn't matter which one was better, because we can't go back and play Destiny 1 with all the quality of life updates that Destiny 2 brought forth. Or even worse, we can't go back to Destiny 1 and play a specific era like Year 2. So what I set out to accomplish with today's video is to build a loadout that feels as close to as D1. Immediately jumping into it, the real heart and soul of this loadout is the 6 Coyote exotic chest piece. This allows you to have 2 dodges. Now, while 2 dodges sounds a bit lackluster, it's actually very enjoyable and quite strong in the Crucible. Let me explain. So the first thing that comes to mind is maybe when trying to get the upper hand in a shotgun duel, you'll use 2 dodges to A, see third person and maneuver around so that you always have the advantage. But there's also option B, which is using Top Tree Nightstalker to go invisible when you dodge, starting every engagement invisible while also having an exit option by just dodging out of there. Or I suppose you could go with option C, which is don't pay it any attention, don't treat it special, and just always maybe have an extra dodge in your back pocket. I like to think of it as banking your boot perks. For example, the Dynamo boot perk, which means if you dodge near somebody you get super energy. Imagine that you're not optimizing it, right? You're not dodging near somebody every time you get your dodge back. Well, with the 6 Coyote, you can bank a second dodge, and then when you know you're near somebody, just dodge twice for twice the dynamo effect. Of course, it has a cooldown, but you can work around that. The next aspect of the build is combining the 6 Coyote with the Top Tree Nightstalker. I've already went into it a little bit, but if you dodge on Top Tree, you go invisible, and that's great. But if you also opt for the Gambler's Dodge, if you dodge near somebody, you get your smoke back. And you can stick your smoke to surfaces, and it actually pings the enemy's radar, so you can use it for radar manipulation. Actually, double radar manipulation. You throw the smoke, they ping on the radar, you're invisible, you're off the radar. So you should realistically be getting the first shot in every engagement. But also note that you could just throw a lot of smokes because you're constantly reproccing the Gambler's Dodge. If you pay attention to the background clip, you'll see that I go invisible immediately off spawn to make my flank better. I jump overhead, throw a grenade and a smoke called the Wombo combo, land, shotgun dodge, get my smoke back, invisible, flank around, easy shotgun cleanup. That's pretty much the bread and butter of this build. I suppose the background footage is already shotgun heavy, so I might as well tell you what I have on my shotgun. It is quick draw and slide shot, so I have faster handling, and I slide for a reload. It works perfectly because it's a high impact shotgun, so if I slide, take a shot, and then dodge, it's the most damage, and I'm further away from my opponent because I'm dodging backwards. And if they're using a rapid fire, they'll really struggle doing a similar amount of damage to me, leaving me with an advantage. But shotgun tangent aside, let's talk about the smokes again. On my gloves, I use a perk called Impact Induction. So if I get a melee tag, it gives me some additional grenade energy, making it so the uptime on my Wombo combo is that much better. You also have to consider that you don't need a reloader perk because I'm suggesting using the Ace of Spades. And the Ace of Spades has an inherent outlaw, which means a headshot equals faster reload. Speaking of the Ace of Spades, this exotic hand cannon is essential to that D1 feel. By simply just getting a kill and reloading, you get 5 Memento Mori bullets, and these do enhanced damage. While the enhanced damage isn't enough to 2-tap, it definitely changes the precision to body shot ratio. Instead of requiring 3 headshots, it's going to require 1 headshot and 2 bodies. Exactly like D1. But if I didn't sell you on the hand cannon already, it does everything. And I'm not even exaggerating. It has inherent outlaw, it has high caliber rounds, it has fireflies, so if you headshot somebody, they explode, doing a little bit of damage to nearby opponents. And if they're damaged and you have Memento Mori, you can just 2-tap them. Oh yeah, and I neglected to mention that Memento Mori lasts forever. It is not limited like Kill Clip. Of course, if you die, you're gonna have to get it again the next life, but it lasts forever. And if that wasn't enough, the gun also has third eye, so you don't have to de-scope to get your radar back. The only arguable negative I can think with this hand cannon is that it's a 140 RPM hand cannon and 150s exist, and they both require 3 initial headshots to kill. So if the idea is a 150 kills faster, why not use that? But then the balance is that the 140 typically has more range, so as long as you play the distance game correctly, you can beat a 150 and then get your Memento Mori, which will guarantee that you can more wildly strafe because you don't have to hit 3 headshots anymore. The final aspect of this build is the power weapon. You'll typically see me run around with the sword, but I suggest a machine gun. The main advantage of the sword is that you can use the swipe to redirect yourself, throw somebody off guard, and maybe get a cheeky shotgun angle. But I also found out on stream that the sword could be so much more, and pardon the random pausing on this clip because it's a Twitch clip. Wait, can I block a frisbee? Oh, that worked! Holy shit! There we go! So when this entire loadout comes together, it feels to me like I just booted up the Taken King expansion in Destiny 1 and I'm about to load up some Trials of Osiris. Of course, this loadout isn't very original, and you see it plaguing the Crucible. I mean, it's everywhere, it's very easy to think of, it works with a lot of other builds, it's easy, it's consistent, which is why you see it so often. I mean, some people just scoff at the idea of using a shotgun, so if you're more akin to sniping and you want to go for the Destiny 1 effort eat spear days, yeah, that option exists too. Coyote Gambler's Dodge, get the smoke, throw the smoke, no scope, pick up the ammo, proc kill clip, notice the guy's coming up behind me, no scope, body shot kill, walk into the headshot snipe. Same exact build idea, little bit different special weapon. So, there you go. Now, something I haven't mentioned on my channel in a very long time is controller usage. This build really shines on controller. I'm talking this is the SS tier contender for a controller. Because one of the main advantages of using a mouse and keyboard is that you can flick very quickly to the right or left and slide to get out of an engagement. But on a controller, even with 10 sensitivity, it's not near as fast as mouse and keyboard for disengaging. So always having a dodge in your back pocket means that you're living, and if you're living, you can more contribute to winning the match. But don't take my word for it. Let me know in the comment section how this build works out for you. And with that statement, that puts an end to this video. So things on the agenda. I'm going to be bouncing between doing my normal daily commentary and build videos like this. As far as my commentaries go, I'm probably just going to continue having fun using hilarious stuff rather than going for the informational approach. Now, on my alt account, however, I will start playing for information, to teach. But I don't think I want to make that a separate series, rather I want to sprinkle them into the regular commentary series because I know you guys like both. We'll see. My real underlying plan is to get a little bit ahead with my uploads, with my build videos, with the commentaries, so that I can play more Smash Ultimate in the background, honing my skills, going to tournaments, and enjoying that competitive aspect. I also want to free up my time so that I can stream a little bit more often. I do stream over at twitch.tv/camicakes, I love that tag, and I don't want to just play Destiny. I love Destiny, don't get me wrong, but there are other great games out there. There's the Resident Evil 2 remake just around the corner, if not out already. Don't know when I'm going to post this. What I'm getting at is I think my channel has a growth opportunity to post a little bit of variety on my channel. So if I wanted to, for just shits and giggles, play through Mercenaries 2 World in Flames for fun, or a very limited Fallout New Vegas playthrough, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses, you name it, any game. I could even just cover gaming as a wide spectrum, as in top 10 GameCube games in my opinion. Of course, I'll be needing your help along the way for your constructive criticism and guidance so that I can make the best content possible. If you want more of a direct hand in this, definitely use the comment section on YouTube, but I frequently post Twitter polls on my Twitter, that's at CamicakesYT, where I just ask ideas on videos. I'll give you like 4 options. I'll say, top 10 GameCube games, Mercenaries 2 playthrough, any idea, Destiny, very limited level 20 Iron Banner. That one actually got the least votes. Izanami Sniper got the most. Semantics aside, I love you guys. Thanks so much for supporting me this far.